Name one thing Emilia Perez does successfully, quickly. Yes, this is a Nora merch. The Academy Award nominations for 2025 were announced this morning, and on one hand, it went very to plan, and on another hand, there were a lot of surprises. And that could be like good surprises, and that could be like, surprises. So let's go through 5 things that, for my money, are the highlights. 1, you're going to be hearing a lot about Emilia Perez. I would say watch for yourself. I have nothing to add to the discourse that hasn't already been said. It is wild, audacious. It takes so many big swings, and I just don't think it works. And sometimes it's okay for those things not to work, but for some reason, awards bodies feel very strongly about this film. And I think on paper, they have a lot of reasons to be, but then also it is okay to acknowledge when things don't work. Either way, I'm very happy for Zoe Saldana, who I do think will win Best Supporting Actress for her pretty great performance as the lead of this film, even though she's supporting actress. But that's an Oscar issue, not an Emilia Perez issue. And trust me, Emilia Perez has many issues on its own. It's a French film set in Mexico, told in Spanish, and a musical about a transgender cartel lord who wants to fake their death only to then return to their old life. It's 13. The record for nominations is 14. Anyway, also in Best Picture contention, some surprises were Nickel Boys and I'm Still Here. Nickel Boys, I think, was right on the outskirts. Some people had that, Sing Sing, and September 5th as possible, as number 11 out of the 10, but it got in. And then I'm Still Here kind of came out of nowhere after Fernanda Torres won Best Actress in a Drama at the Golden Globes. Also in Best Picture contention, some surprises were Nickel Boys and I'm Still Here. Nickel Boys, I think, was right on the outskirts. Some people had that, Sing Sing, and September 5th as possible, as number 11 out of the 10, but it got in. And then I'm Still Here kind of came out of nowhere after Fernanda Torres won Best Actress in a Drama at the Golden Globes. And then Brazil has championed this movie like nothing on Twitter and on the internet. Brazil loves this movie. They love Fernanda. So I'm excited to see it. I am so angry I have not seen one of the movies, but this is the only one of the nominees I haven't seen. Besides, I have not seen The Substance, in all fairness, because I don't do gross. I will probably see it now especially because Coralie saw it, got nominated, and I want to celebrate it. I really don't do gross, but I acknowledge that everything about The Substance is wonderful. I just think I don't really want to put myself through watching it. Following up Emilia Perez with 10 nominations each is The Brutalist and Wicked. There's a universe where Wicked gets 0 award nominations. When you look at the history of the past 30, 40 years of movie musicals besides Chicago, there's a very clear road where Wicked Part 1 does not get any awards recognition. But not only did it make a lot of money at the box office and is loved by nearly everyone, it is now an awards darling as well. I don't think it'll particularly win anything, but the fact that it got so much recognition is pretty astounding. And then The Brutalist, which is a new 3.5-hour American epic that is opening wide. You will hear a lot about this movie in the coming weeks, both as more people see it, but also because of the AI controversy. I think I want to hold on the AI conversation just because it is quite nuanced, and we don't know the extent to which this and any film nominated could have used AI. So let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Our eggs before they hatch. Going back to Coralie, Fargeat, and The Substance, she was wonderfully nominated for Best Director. I think this is an important milestone for a horror filmmaker to get into this category, especially a female international filmmaker who had such a clear, bold, intense vision and executed it. I knew the script was going to get in because if you've read the script online, which is free, available online, you can tell how much of a handle she had on both the subject matter and the visual style she wanted it to be. But then to see her recognized in directing is wonderful. The bittersweet part of Best Director is then James Mangold, who's a director I love, got in for A Complete Unknown. I personally would not have given A Complete Unknown probably any nominations. That is a me thing. I think a lot of people just really like Bob Dylan, as is the case with most music biopics that come out. James Mangold, while being a really brilliant director and doing a very good job with A Complete Unknown, to take that 5th spot from someone like Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys or Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, I think is a miss. But there's nothing we can do about it now. That train was rolling and I just didn't want to get on it. But it took off without me. See ya. And then the fifth big headline for me would be A24's films. So they had 4 big contenders. They had Sing Sing, Challengers, Queer, and then right on the outskirts was Heretic. Hugh Grant possibly could have gotten a Best Actor nomination. I love those movies. I'm less high on Queer than I am about the other ones. But I think in juggling all those campaigns, something just went awry. And all of them ended up underperforming. Challengers and Queer completely underperforming and not performing, and then Sing Sing only getting 3 nominations. So it's sad to see. I'm very happy for Coleman Domingo. I'm very happy for the cast for getting recognized in screenplay, but there's still something to the awards race and the politics of everything that clearly show here with films like Challengers missing out. Challengers was by far my favorite movie last year, and I cannot believe it was made by like an auteur filmmaker with a phenomenal cast. It had such great buzz. Everyone enjoyed it, even though it came out early in the year. Multiple movies that have come out early in the year have still held on. So I'm really disappointed to see Challengers kind of fizzle. There never seemed to be a narrative for Challengers. And I think everyone that's upset Challengers didn't get score, I think we should just be upset that it was not in the race for anything. In terms of the race, the Best Picture race, the 10 films, we can look at the 5 nominated for Best Editing, as that is often a very good litmus test for who is the true contenders for Best Picture. Those 5 are Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, and Wicked. There's still so much time before the envelope is read to know what will truly happen with the narrative with all of these movies. I have said since I saw Conclave in October, I think Conclave is going to win Best Picture. And today, more than ever, I think Conclave is going to win Best Picture. Edward Berger not getting a Best Director nomination sucks. It not getting a cinematography nomination sucks. But nominations are not wins. They are just barometers for the parts of the Academy that vote in those sectors. So I do think as the AI conversation comes for The Brutalist, as Emilia Perez continues this like takedown by fans and people that just don't like it, as Anora faces backlash for the intimacy coordinator lack thereof, and with all respect to Wicked, I can't sit here and think for a second that it would actually win Best Picture. So I think Conclave will be the winner in the end. But who knows? It's a long race. Very interesting list. I highly recommend most of the movies nominated. So if you heard anything here, you can go on like the website Just Watch, and that'll tell you where you can either stream a movie or if it's playing in theaters. So I hope you check them out for yourself, and I will continue to bring you updates on the Oscar race. But it's really anyone's guess between now and March 3rd. Why are they in March? We want them earlier. Academy, we want